Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to do a video of this MLA formatting because you're going to need it for all of your papers this 8 weeks. So you can come back to this one and you can watch it later instead of doing the conference where it's only available for 14 days. So the first thing you need to do is you need to open a Word document, or in Google Drive you can open up your text editor. If you do that, it's going to be a little bit different in Google Drive, and I don't use it, so I'm not quite as familiar with that, but I'll show you how to set up MLA formatting in a Word document, and then you can try to use Google to try to do the same things. The other thing you need to know is if you don't have Word, you can download a free version, or you can access a free version. It's from Microsoft Office, and you just Google the Microsoft Office student and go to that site. Once you put in your VC email, and it has to be your VC email so that they can verify that you're a student, so make sure you spell it correctly and you have the right address, then you will be able to use the Microsoft Office suite, and Microsoft Word will be one of those. And you're going to need Microsoft Word for a lot of your papers in college, so not just for this class. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to open up a blank document, and then before you forget, change your font to Times New Roman and your font size to 12, because the whole paper has to be written in that. And so if you didn't see that, you can either pause and rewind, or you can just go up to your font and change it to Times New Roman, and then the size is 12. The other thing that you need to do is you need to do your header, and your header is actually in the header of your paper. So you can double click up here and it opens the header. Some of your versions may look a bit different, and it won't actually show up, but it will tell you that when it prints that it will be there. So once the header opens up here, you can see that you want to insert a page number. So you hit the drop down, you want it at the top of the page, and you always want it on the right hand side, and you need just the plain number. Don't get fancy. Everything is just going to be plain. Okay, so you hit that and you see the number 1 pop up over here. Then you type your last name and a space right in front of that 1, and then you click out. And your header is going to be there, and it's going to automatically change as you go through the paper. So if you go to page 2, the 1 is going to change to 2. Now if you just type your last name and put a 1, then page 1 is going to be on every page, and you don't want to do that. So now that you're here where your cursor is, you can go ahead and you can set up your line spacing. So you go to line spacing options, you hit the drop down arrow, and you click the 2 for double spacing, because the whole paper needs to be the same space, and it's going to be double. Then you hit that same drop down button again, and you go to line spacing options. Here you want to look at the spacing. Make sure that before is 0 and after is 0. And the reason that you want this is so that your spacing is the same all the way through your paper. If you leave this after to an 8, then every time you hit the enter key and you go down to the next line, it's going to put extra spacing in between those lines, and your paper will not be uniform all the way through. So once you have those 2 zeros, then you can click OK, and you can start working on your heading. Now your heading is 1 inch, so you don't indent, you just start where your cursor is, 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the left hand side. The first thing you do is type your name. You hit enter 1 time, and on the very next line you put your professor's name. So you can do Dr. Baker, you can put Professor Baker, you can put Deborah Crislip-Baker. I don't care what you write as long as you have my name in there somewhere. Okay? And then you hit enter 1 time, and you put your class that the paper is for. So all in capitals, EDUC space 1300 because this is EDUC 1300. Then you need either a period or a dash and your section. And the section for this class is WF2. Okay? You hit enter one more time, and then this is where you put the date. The date format comes day first, space, March, space, 2019. Okay? Now you hit enter one more time. You come over and center your cursor in the middle of the page, and you put your title. The title needs to be capitalized, all important words. Behaviorism paper is fine. If you want to get fancy, you can give it some unique name, but behaviorism paper works for me. You hit enter one time, and then you take it back over to the left. And the left margin should line up exactly where your name does. At the beginning of every paragraph, you need to hit tab to indent, and your indent is 1/2 an inch. So it should be indented about 1/2 an inch from the left. This is where you start your paper. This is your introduction. So you will need an overview, some background information, no definitions because you can do that in paragraph 2, and your thesis statement. Now notice that when I came to the end, I didn't hit enter, it just automatically came over and lined up right here. The only thing that's indented is the first line of your paragraph. Also notice that my spacing is the same throughout the paper. There's no extra gaps, there's no extra spaces, there's no blank lines. It all looks the exact same. And that, in a nutshell, is MLA formatting. So if you can do all of this correctly, you will get 15 points on your paper out of 15 for MLA formatting. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can text me, you can email me, you can call me, or you can inbox me through Canvas. Thank you.